So we have counting and accurate records for counting down a register, right? Um, One of the problems that I faced when I was counting down the register at work was that it was the distractions of what was going on around, but it was the sound that I could listen to that I would know how to count, right? So it wasn't so much the bills that were the problem; it was the coinage, right? So going through and finding exercises, here's one from the master key. It says, select a clock with a loud tick, such as an alarm clock. Sit in your chair and listen to the ticks for a minute or two, and then begin to count silently, that is, inwardly, up to 200 ticks. You will notice that the tick in an alarm clock is fairly quick, so you must learn to count fast. As soon as you have got accustomed to the quick tick, which you will call one tick, commence to count, but do not look at the clock, or you will defeat the object of the exercise. As you count, gaze at the ceiling, then at the floor, anywhere in fact but at the clock. As you gaze about, do not think of any of the objects you are looking at. That is, attempt to deny them entrance into your consciousness. Think only of the counting and nothing else. This simple exercise is a splendid one for beginners, for the eye and ear fight for mastery. The eye sends message after message to your brain concerning the things it sees, and the ear also sends messages of what it hears. One of these two senses will win the fight. You must make the ear the winner by refusing to attend to messages of the eye, and by proper attention and concentration you can master it. So, like at the end of the night, you're having conversation with somebody and they're counting out the drawer and you lose count and you have to restart the count over again, right? But if you can hear the dropping of the coins into the change drawer when you're flicking through them, then that helps you quicker. Or like putting the pile of each of the coins specifically on the counter and then pulling them into your hand so you can feel when they hit your hand. You count that instead of the numbers on the table. It helps to rapidly train your body in counting down registers or counting down the drawers or sorting through quick change if you're making change for customers. So hopefully this exercise helps, and it gives you a quick tip on how to train your focus by using the annoying ticking clock sound. Like, if you can do that, if you can use that to train your focus, you'll actually be able to do a lot better when you're listening to customers, when you're listening to specific types of things that you're not wanting to tune into. So it's a good way to train like the ADHD part of your brain where you're like, oh my god, there's so many senses, but I can't hear the person talking in front of me, but I can hear them over across the room screwing around with the packages, right? So creating spatial awareness, creating sensory awareness of those things is really important when you're managing a sales floor, because not only do you have to know what your person is doing right in front of you, you also basically have to train yourself for eyes in the back of your head for across the room to make sure nobody's stealing from you. So these are some of the quick tips that I've learned and I've applied using some of the techniques from the Master Key. So anyway, I hope you're having a great afternoon and I hope this tip was helpful. Till next time, folks.